Rishikesh Dham, Rishikesh Dham,
Rishikesh Dham, Rishikesh Dham,
Rishikesh Dham, Rishikesh Dham,
Rishikesh Dham, Rishikesh Dham.
Ganga, 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 Ganga,
Ganga,
Ganga,
Ma.
Ganga, 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 Ma.
Ganga, 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 Ma.
Ganga, Ma, Ganga, Ma, Ganga, Ma.
Ganga, Ma, 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 Ganga, Ma, Ganga, Ma, Ganga, Ma.
Jai Ganga Ma.
Jai Ganga.
Thank you so much, Pujya Swami Paramadvati ji and all of our gopis and gopas from Vrindavan. We also have a short performance from the team from Vrindavan. And if we can request that performance be ready and immediately they can do that, that would be wonderful. It is on the theme of Swachh Bharat, which is Clean India. So they've made this entire drama on the theme of how cleanliness can also be a form of worship. And so if I can request our team from the Braj Vrindavan Act now to get started with that drama, that would be wonderful. It is our special privilege and blessing to be joined by His Holiness Pujya Swami Chidanand Saraswatiji Maharaj, the President of Parmarth Niketan, and the Director of the International Yoga Festival, Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswatiji. And also with us is the one and only, the beautiful, the gorgeous Shilpa Shetty. So if we can give it up for Shilpa Shetty. I was going to say the yogic also. She is an embodiment of yoga and health, and we are so glad to welcome her to the International Yoga Festival this year, and we hope that she keeps coming back year after year. And also we have with us our tribal elders and indigenous leaders from all over South America and North America, being brought here by Heriberto Villaseñor and Swami Paramadvati ji. Here, on the sea. A little bit of both. So now we're such a beautiful symbol of yoga. Yes, thank you. Humility and simplicity and beauty all together in one. There's a performance here first. Shall we go? Yeah.
Radhe Radhe. Here, Radha and Krishna are performing their pastimes. This is Seva Kunj, and I've gotten the opportunity to do the cleaning seva of this beautiful place. ये राधा रानी का जगह है, ये वृंदावन एक अद्वितीय स्थान है, तो इसलिए हम ये स्थान का रक्षा करना ही होगा. Oh, what is this? This is a beautiful bracelet. I think this must belong to Radharani. This is so beautiful. I will keep it in my big bag.
Oh my God, oh my God, OMG. I can't believe it. We are here in Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. I am so happy to be here. This is so beautiful, the holy places. Oh my God, you know? Oh my God, sister.
Oh my God, these are the cutest babas I've ever seen.
Oh my God, these babas are so beautiful. I can't believe it. Oh my God, I need a selfie right now. Yes. Oh my God, Facebook, Instagram, hi. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Krishna, I am here. But I am so hungry. You too? So I have a snacks. So you want to open, please? I want water. Oh my God, this is so delicious water. Life, life. Oh my God. So we have to go to Banki Vihari Ki Jai. Oh my God. So this is so delicious. You want more? Okay, thank you. Bye, Babas. Oh, your feet. Oh, beautiful. Amazing. Oh my God.
What is this? I have never seen such a thing. This is poison. This is contaminating and disturbing the eternal pastimes of the divine couple. This is plastic, and we should protect this holy place from this poison.
Oh, Vishaka, we need to find the bracelet of Radharani. It must be here somewhere. She has lost it while she was dancing here. Have you seen it? Keep looking. Krishna, 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 Krishna. It was her most beautiful bracelet. We can't leave without it. Look, the Babas. Do you think they have found her bracelet? Let's go ask them. Oh, Baba, blessed may you be by Sri Radhe. Oh, Baba. Only because we've seen this beautiful seva that you're doing, we will get our friend. We will. Come, Vishaka.
Baba, what are you doing?
I'm cleaning the rasa site where Radha and Krishna perform their pastimes. I do this because my guru told me that the divine couple becomes happy when everything is clean.
My friend told me that you found a bracelet.
Yes, is it yours?
Yes, Baba. You participate in the cleaning of Vrindavan. This brings joy to my heart. Who is your guru?
My guru is Hriday Chaitanya, and my Siksa guru is Jiva Goswami. My name is Sukha Krishna Das. Before, I was called Dukhi, sad, but my guru transformed my life, and now my name is Sukhi Krishna Das, the happy servant of Krishna.
Oh, Baba, it's so beautiful. To clean the holy places and to clean our Mother Earth brings joy to my heart. Now, I will give you a new name. Your name is Shyamananda.
Oh, Radharani, now I'm committed to you.
Now, you are mine, and I'm pleased to the ones who cleanse the holy places.
I'm committed to the holy Dham, so I will always keep it clean. I will ensure that your pastimes are not disturbed by trash, plastic bags that contaminate your Yamuna river. I promise to be a great example so that the devotees of the future can protect this holy place from contamination. You are my supreme master. I will share this message with all the generations to come. The holy Dham should be filled with fruits, flowers, animals, forests, and beautifully decorated deities, filled with joy and happy devotees. In this way, the devotees will be free from the anarthas and impurities in their hearts.
It's true, Baba. When someone cleans the dam, I clean their hearts so that there will be only attachment for Sri, Radha and Krishna.
I pray that you always allow me to chant the holy names of the Lord, which is one of the most powerful ways to purify the heart.
राधा के संग में आज रास रचे कृष्ण कान्हा, कान्हा की धुन पे आज झूमे कैसे देखो राधा। आई पूनम की प्यारी रात, रास रचे कृष्ण कान्हा, कान्हा की धुन पे आज झूमे कैसे देखो राधा। नाचे राधा जी सुध बुध गवा के संग छलिया जी का पाके। ओ नाचे राधा जी सुध बुध गवा के संग छलिया जी का पाके। हो गूंजे गूंजे उत्सव में जग सारा।
So these glasses is for everyone to look better. We don't want to see more plastic in the holy places. We need our holy places and our Bharat Ma free of plastic and pollution. Please take the vision of Swachh Bharat.
What a beautiful message of Swachh Bharat, but also a beautiful message for a Swachh world. May our planet be free from plastic and waste, and may we see through the glasses of Swachhata a clean world. Thank you so much to our beautiful gopis and gopas and beautiful performers from Vrindavan and all over South America and North America and many parts of the world. And now without further ado, we will open the lecture series session. I will request Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswatiji, who is opening the lecture series today on living love, opening and expanding. And it is always such a great privilege and blessing to hear her perspective and her blessings on how we can live yoga in a more inclusive and expanded way. So if I can request Sadhvi Bhagawati Ji to start the lecture series with her divine blessings.
Param Puja Swamiji. All of our embodiments of love, the elders, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the sisters, the brothers, who have come from across the world, truly as embodiments of love, of how to stay connected to love in the face of whatever happens in the external world, whatever is done unto you, how to stay connected to that truth of love. Our beautiful yogi Shilpa, from whom it'll be such a great joy to hear. I'll have a wonderful joy to have a conversation with her on her path of yoga. And all of you, you know, when we speak about love in yoga, we're really talking about yoga in yoga and life in yoga. Our beautiful dancers and embodiments of love for Shri Krishna and Shri Radhe just did such a great, not drama, because drama implies that it's just entertainment, but rather an embodiment of love. And it reminds us of that teaching of Bhakti Yoga. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna emphasizes Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga as 3 different ways of connecting with God. But Bhakti Yoga, this love of devotion, this yoga of devotion, yoga of love, yoga of connection with the divine, is the one that is the easiest, the fastest, the widest highway to wherever we're going. And the reason for that is that love makes all things possible. When we are in love, everything changes. When we are in love, everything is possible. When we are in love, who we are expands. Think about in your offices, in your schools, in your lives, when a friend of yours or a colleague, someone falls in love. They come to the office, they come to school. Everyone knows suddenly, someone has fallen in love. Now, you may not be the one they're in love with, but nonetheless, that that energy of love is so powerful that it overflows out of us onto all of those around us, regardless of who it is we love. So love is that which expands us. Love is that which connects us to the truth of who we are. Think about the words, the terms, the ways that we speak about love. We speak about melting and merging. We speak about oceans and swimming and volcanoes. They're all words of expansion. We expand in love. And that expansion is the truth of who we are. This body, this mind, this identity is the illusion, the small illusion. But that's what causes all of our suffering in the world. When I identify just as this body, as this history, then I need people in the world around me to act in a certain way for me to stay happy. This is when we fall in love and then we fall out of love. You do what I want, you say what I want, you dance according to my tune, I love you. You no longer say what I want, you no longer dance according to my tune. This is when we fall out of love. But love is not something we're supposed to fall in or fall out of. Love is something we rise in. Love is that which enables us to rise as who we are. Rumi said so beautifully, he said, do not go out in search of love. Your job is not to seek for love. Your job is to seek, find, and then remove all of that which blocks you from love. And that is what yoga is how do I remove the blocks within myself to love. And those blocks are the ego. Those blocks are the identity. Those blocks are the do what I say when I say it, how I want it. Those blocks are the I am full of holes, you fill me, so I'm in love. That's how most of us fall in love. We move through the world experiencing holes within ourselves. Holes of our own insecurities, holes of our history, holes of feeling like we're not beautiful enough, we're not smart enough, we're not good enough, we're not whole enough, we're not worthy enough. And then we meet someone who says, oh my God, you are the most gorgeous. You are the smartest. You are the most wonderful. And suddenly we feel whole. But then as our life changes, as we grow, those holes in us change shape. The person we are in love with, they change. In life, we always change. And suddenly, they no longer fill my holes. And so I no longer feel in love. But that's not what love is. Love is not a mutual bargaining scheme. Love is not a contract of I'll do this for you, you do that for me. Love is the experience within myself of the truth of who I am. Love is that which comes the most naturally. That's why it's so beautiful. We meet someone. It happens most easily with little children. You're standing in line at a grocery store, checking out at the grocery store. Checkout clerk is taking a little too long. In line is a little child, in a carriage, in mom's arms. And suddenly we find ourselves making eyes and Googles and giggles and love with this baby. Now, we've never met this baby before. We're never going to see this baby again after we're done checking out. But there is something in the eyes, in the face, in the presence of this child that pulls us so deeply. What is that? What is it that makes us reach out to kids, reach out to baby puppies, baby kitties, that love them so much? They pull from us the freedom to feel love without expectation. Nobody's expecting that this baby in the carriage is going to do something for you. Nobody's expecting the kitty is going to do something for you or the puppy is going to do something for you. Our love gets tainted. Our love starts to become this mutual benefit scheme when it gets all wrapped up with expectations. And this is where, when we talk about expanding in love, is it's no longer I need you to do something for me. It's through loving you, I have turned on my internal love manufacturing factory. And that's what's so beautiful. You meet someone, you fall in love. Inside you, love starts to grow. Inside you, love blossoms. Even they're no longer physically there. You've gone home, they've gone home. But that joy is there. That love is there. Because it has turned on within you. And that's the key. We get stuck when we think my love is about you. I love you, therefore you need to XYZ. The love that Sri Krishna and Sri Radha teach us, the love that our mother Ganga teaches us, the love of the divine, is that love in which, through loving, we connect with love in ourselves. We connect with truth in ourselves. And that is what this path of love is about. And so as you go through your lives, make sure you're loving. Love is what makes everything else flow. Love is what keeps us alive. And it doesn't matter what you're loving. We talk about loving God. Fantastic. If you can love God, nothing like it. But if you find, for whatever reason, religiously, spiritually, culturally, that it's hard for you to love God, but you can love your child, you can love your grandmother, you can love the baby in the carriage and the checkout line at the grocery store, you can love the tree in your backyard, that's great. Don't worry. Don't feel less. As long as what you're loving is essence. You're loving God through that being. You're loving the divine through that being. Because it's not the form. It's not the bark of the tree that falls off and regenerates. It's not the physical body of your child that keeps changing. The physical body of your mother or father or grandmother or spouse that keeps changing. If you really love, what you're loving is essence. What you're loving is spirit. What you're loving is soul. What you're loving is content. You may enjoy the form. Nothing wrong with that. Beauty is also divinity. Love the form. Love the packaging too, no problem. But realize that if it's really love, not lust, what we're loving is essence. We're loving spirit. And when we love essence and we love spirit, we're loving the divine. And when we love essence and spirit and soul in another, we're connecting with that in ourselves. Because my body cannot love your soul or your spirit. In order to love your essence, your spirit, I have to come at it from my spirit, my essence, which means that love opens us to the truth of who we are. If we're really going to love in life, we can only do it from opening to our own spirit, opening to our own essence, opening to our own soul, our own heart, that truth of love within us. So again, doesn't matter what you love, whoever, whatever you are loving, they are the way, they are the medium, they are the tool through which your internal love gets turned on. And ultimately, that is what matters. But in order to do that, we have to expand. Because if in my life it's all about what you're doing, how you're doing it, you used to bring me flowers and chocolates. I used to love you. You stopped bringing me flowers and chocolates, so I no longer love you. I've contracted. I've contracted. Expectations make us contract. Love makes us expand. And so it's not about, a lot of us think, well, I would love you if, or I would love you more if, or I love you but. That's not love. That's a contract. Love is, I love you. Period. And if in order to stay in love in that moment, I need to expand, I expand. If I have a cup of water and I identify as this glass of water and a rock falls in the water, what happens? It splashes. Splashes all over the place. This is what we call troubles and turmoil and stress in life. I'm this glass of water, the rock of life, the rock of situations, the rock of other people's karmic package has fallen into my glass of self. Now I splash all over the place. This is what we call reaction, fit, temper tantrum, upset, out of love. And most of us go through our life trying to figure out, how can I keep those rocks from falling into my glass so that I can stay peaceful and stable and loving? But that doesn't work because we don't actually have any control over the external world. What we do have control over is our own self. And so if you take that same rock and you drop it in a bucket, or you drop it in a bathtub, what happens? Barely anything. Little ripple. Not much. Doesn't even go over the edge of the bucket or the bathtub. Then you take that same rock, you drop it in the ocean. What happens? Nothing. So the goal of life, of love, of yoga is become the ocean. It's not about how can I figure out how to stop those rocks? How can I figure out how to make people dance according to my tune? If I just could get them to behave. Just get him to bring me chocolates again. Just get this one to do that, act like this, be like that. We'll spend our lives fighting against the rocks of the world. Yoga, and especially the yoga of love, is about becoming the ocean. And in that ocean, there is space. There is space for the rocks to fall and for me to keep loving. And so as we move through our yoga practice, ask yourself, how can I be love? How can I experience love in this moment? Every day, choose someone else to love. Every day, expand what you love and who you love. I want to conclude this with a short exercise. Stay exactly where you are, but turn to the person next to you. Wherever you are, just turn to the person next to you. But also turn your body a little bit so that you're actually facing the person next to you. If anyone doesn't have a person next to you, raise your hand. If you've got your hand raised, find somebody else with their hand raised and come sit next to them. All right. Look in each other's eyes. And now what I want you to do, at the same time, softly, slowly, look in each other's eyes, and I want you all to say, I love you. I love you. Now, you may have never met this person before, but that's okay. Remember that what you're loving is essence and spirit. We identify love too much as romance and sex. You're not saying, I want to marry you. You're not saying, I want to go to bed with you. You're saying, I love you. Look in each other's eyes. I love you. I love you. I love you. Say it out loud to each other. Say it out loud to each other. Keep repeating it. Repeat it until you see love in the other person's eyes. And open yourself up to that love. Allow yourself to feel loved. It's scary. You may giggle. That's okay. Keep doing it. I love you. I love you. Keep saying it to each other. Keep looking in each other's eyes and saying it to each other. I can't hear you. Say it louder. To each other. In each other's eyes. You don't need to know each other's stories. Just, I love you. If you feel appropriate, if you feel inspired, give each other a hug. And take this out. Take this out into your life, into the world. See how many people during the day you can look in their eyes and say, I love you. Not, I want to marry you. Not, I want to go to bed with you. But just, I love you. I love you. Allow yourself to expand in love. And through you, give others the space to expand into their love. with that, and just because we're moving on in this session doesn't mean you have to bring your love to a close. Love is on. Allow yourself to keep feeling it. For everyone, wherever you move. I want to move the session on, though. And I want to take this opportunity to engage Shilpa, who has flown in from Mumbai just for a few hours to be with us today. We've got the week full of saints and sages, spiritual teachers, yogis of all of the different religions, from all of the corners of the world. We've got yoga charyas, yoga teachers, from all of the different lineages, from all over the world. And Shilpa moves through the world, not as a religious leader, not as a yogacharya, not as a rishi or a sage, but as a celebrity, as a Bollywood star, as a movie star. And as a movie star, as a celebrity, she teaches yoga. She practices yoga. She lives yoga. And what I was so excited about having her come here today to emphasize for everyone is life is not either or. A lot of times people say things like, well, I want to be spiritual, I want to do yoga, but you know, I like the things of the world. And I have a family, and I love my family, and I love to go on holiday, and I even like to shop, and I like to look good, and I like to go out, and I don't know which to choose. And Shilpa's this beautiful embodiment of yes and, rather than and being beautiful on the inside. You don't have to choose doing yoga, living yoga, and being fantastically successful. It actually can be yes and. And so we'll spend some time hearing from Shilpa, the yes and. But before I even ask her the first question, I wanted to just mention also that we will have an opportunity to have her actually teach the practice of yoga, the yoga on the mat, exercises of the breath, exercises of the body, at 2:45 today, right in front of Lord Shiva in our garden, from 2:45 to 3:30. So have a very light lunch or skip lunch. Intermittent fasting is a big thing these days. Eat lightly or don't eat. And at 2:45, we will join together where we played Holy with the drums of Shivamani a few days ago, where our beautiful Lord Shiva is in our back yoga garden. We will join there at 2:45 for the on the mat aspects of pranayam and asana. But for now, I would ask Shilpa to share with us really how, in the world of celebrity, in the world of filming and movies and TV, where you're flying all over the world and shooting from morning till night, how do you even find time for the practice of pranayam and yoga? And what does your daily practice look like?
Param Pujya Swamiji, Sadhvi Bhagawati Ji, who I call my soul sister, all you wonderful souls, Atma Namaste from my soul to yours. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to you and you for inviting me back home. This beautiful, wonderful piece of land, Rishikesh, is the birthplace of yoga, and there couldn't have been a more wonderful opportunity for me to be here and share my thoughts on yoga and how I live it. So, Sadhviji, as you asked me, for me, it's not a practice. For me, yoga is definitely not something that I do because it's an asana, because it's going to help me look fit or look beautiful or let me stay in shape. For me, it's a lifestyle. And I haven't found yoga. Yoga has found me. So I really believe that, and I was telling Sadhviji sometime earlier that this whole course that I have taken in life, rather late, I think it struck me at around 35, that what's the use of all this love that I have for yoga and what it's done to my life, not just physically, but also mentally. I have to share this with people around me. And if that can play catalyst in helping someone's wellness, in helping align somebody's mind, body, soul, in helping someone find themselves in their journey of life, I'm going to do it. So I really think that I've been blessed with this, what people call fame, and it is given to me as a responsibility for me to be able to leverage that in this field. So I feel I became an actor, or I became famous to be able to propagate yoga, really, and I really mean that. So I feel very blessed to have discovered the science of yoga, and it truly is a science. And I'm saying it because there are a lot of young people out here, and it's wonderful because you know what? The fact that you are here, you are present in this moment, means that you are out to seek. And that is the first step. Because you can bring a horse to drink water, but you can't make it drink water. You have to want to drink it. So it's the same with yoga. I really believe that you have to want to do it. You have to want to believe in it. So for me, however busy my day is, that end of my day ends with pranayama meditation, which is like a good 15-20 minutes. My husband complains. He's like, you don't even say good night to me properly. Because those 15 minutes are mine. And it's for me to think about what I have done in the day. It's for me to connect back to my soul. It's for me to understand, have I done things rightly? It's for me to relax, to just be in touch with myself. How many of us really do that? And we're actually sometimes apologetic about taking out time for ourselves. And I think it's an Indian mentality, more so. Not that much in the Western world, which is a wonderful thing. That's something that I want to learn from there. In India, I think what happens is that girls especially are conditioned to believe that they live for the family, that they are meant to look after their husband, their mother-in-law, their child, and then they come last. And they're conditioned so deeply that the minute they think of taking out some time for themselves, they feel guilty. So it's unfortunate. But when you start doing yoga, it will make you realize that you must respect and love yourself first to be able to give and love the other person in front of you. When they say Om Namah Shivaya, it means I love myself because I am a fragment of the Lord. Om Namah Shivaya. So if you say you love the Lord, it could be Jesus, it could be Allah, it could be whoever. You have to first learn to love yourself. So that time that I take out for myself to do that pranayama, yes, I do yoga. I do have a teacher who's actually teaching me advanced yoga, who's actually here amongst us today as well. I'm a student when I'm with him, and I want to learn more because I feel responsible when I come out, and I feel like if I am not able to do this, how am I going to be able to, push it forward? So it keeps me going. It's a wonderful thing. It's a whole cycle. So that whole paid forward thing is kind of happening with me and I'm enjoying it. So I make that time. Time will never really be there. You have to make it for yourself. And you have to understand what is important for you, for the well-being of your soul, of your mind. And at the end of it all, we're all souls. I feel we're all connected. We were all meant to meet. I really believe in the whole soul connection thing. I'm a full-on karma yogi. We all must have known each other in some way or the other. There's some give and take that is left to do. So who knows who we were? We're all old souls in new bodies, right? At the end of it all. So I think we need to feed our souls more than our body. We're so busy just feeding the outside world and the perception, and it's quite a shallow world that we're living in, and we have to accept it, that's fine. But if you really want to be happy in the long run, start feeding your soul, and all the rest will just fall into place. I don't know if I answered the question.
Yes, you answered it beautifully. As a follow-up question, when you speak about the importance of loving the self, and as we were talking about love today and how in order to love others, we have to love the self. And yet, you can sit down. You want to sit down with us? Okay. You can sit down. There's always room in love.
I'm thin.
Yes, another benefit of yoga. So if yoga is the answer, and if in order to love others, we have to love ourselves, particularly coming from this world, as you say, of an Indian woman where you're taught your role is to do, your role is to take care of others, and the world of Bollywood, where it's all about what you look like. How has yoga helped you really love yourself? Being an Indian woman, being a celebrity who's measured not by the depth of her soul, but by the size of her waistline and, how you look, and how has yoga helped you find that love for yourself within yourself?
Oh God. Sadhviji, it's a very complicated question. I firstly truly believe that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So while being in showbiz, I think I've celebrated my 25th year this year. I've done pretty well to maintain that waistline. It really wasn't that much of an issue before, but after my child was born 7 years ago, I realized what women go through in terms of insecurities when you put on weight. Because I never really had that issue. I used to go to the gym, I used to work out. It was all very like external. I started internalizing yoga when I realized I went through the same insecurities after my baby. I was like, oh my God, am I going to be myself again? Am I going to be able to work in the film industry again? Is my husband going to love me enough because I'm fat now? So all those really shallow, weird thoughts came into my head. And then I realized, while I continued with my yoga practice, that all this is just external. Because I did shed my weight and things just went on. I really think that, as you said, Sadhviji, it's not about the external factors. If somebody loves you, my husband, I'm very blessed to have a husband who loves my soul. We are soulmates, I believe. So I never really bothered on that front. And it's only the people that you care about really matter to you. And as far as the external world is concerned, the people who made me actually, it is the audiences that make an actor. I appreciate all their love in all the years that I've been part of the film business. I think I remember this one incident when I got out of the house, I think 3 months after I delivered, and I was 32 kilos overweight. And I was a size 16. And yeah, believe it or not, I'm a size 8 to 10 now, and I was a size 16. And I was really complacent. And I got out, and there was a kitty party happening, and the ladies sniggered and said, oh my God, she's not lost her weight. She's so fat. And I literally heard those words. And my heart just broke. I was like, oh my God, this is so mean. How can people be so judgmental, And that's when I got back home and I bent down to pick my baby and I couldn't get up. And it struck me, I was like, what am I doing to myself? Why am I not shedding this weight? It's high time now. So it was my will to lose weight, not to impress people. It's because I wasn't leading a healthy life. I couldn't stand up. I had put on so much weight that I felt I wasn't myself. Why am I going to carry this excess baggage? And 4 months after that, with a proper, balanced diet, I lost 32 kilos in 4 months. So I really believe that, if you put your mind and your heart to it, and if you will it, it will happen. And I think, the people who loved me and followed me and whatever, I used it as an inspiration for them as well, and said that, guys, if I can do it, so can you. So I used that, to kind of inspire people. And I was happy that I was able to do that. But that journey is important, even as a celebrity, to go through that, to understand those insecurities, those feelings. And that's when I realized, what's the use of, this knowledge and this experience if I can't put it into play and if I can't help somebody else? And that's where the whole play of karma comes in. And that's the reason I've set out on this journey, and I'm here to speak to you. And I'm really happy that I'm able to share these experiences with you. And even if one person thinks that it's made a difference to their life or, the way they live, I'll feel like I've hit a home run. Yeah.
On that level, my last question is, I know you have put together an app because now whatever we do, if we can't figure out how to get it on our phones, we don't do it. But technology is a tool. Like fire is a tool. It can be used to cook your food or it can be used to burn down your house. It's not that the technology itself is either good or bad. It's all about how we use it. And so if rather than using technology as a tool of distraction, a tool of disconnection, a tool of just entertainment, I can actually use it as a way to help me get connected, to help me stay focused, to help me stay committed and anchored. So in that, you've come up with an app for all things yoga. And I was wondering if, lastly, you would tell us a little bit about this app that's just coming out and how you see it being something that's beneficial to people, regardless of what aspect of yoga they're going into, whether it's for physical health and weight loss, whether it's for mental peace, whether it's for connecting with their hearts and souls, or whatever it may be. How will the app serve all of the different ways into yoga and the different reasons that people are turning to yoga?
Unfortunately, I'm not completely ready with it. I would have loved to have launched it here, but this has been my baby for the last 2 years, Sadhviji. I have been secretly working on this, this app, wanting it to be easily accessible for people who don't have the time, maybe who can't afford a trainer to, don't want to use weights, join a gym, who don't have a nutritionist or who can't afford one. Women who feel that it's difficult, and most people feel that there's this general myth that yoga has everything to do with flexibility. That, oh, you have to contort your body and you have to become like a pretzel, and you know, oh, it's not for me. So I really want to debunk those myths. I'm someone who has suffered with a C4, C5 injury. I keep saying this, in my neck, and I can do a Shirshasana today. I can say that very, very proudly. So I really think that, you know, this science is something that should be taught in schools, and it must be embedded in children at a very young age. And I really wish that comes into play all over the world, not just in our country. And no, I mean that. In my own small little way, I really think that, you know, it's wonderful to see, Sadhviji, that if you pick up any yoga app around the world, they're all done by non-Indians. And that's the irony. And they've excelled at it. They've become masters at it. And there's not a single Indian that's making money out of yoga. But I was like, this is so weird, considering yoga, you know, this is the birthplace of yoga. And I feel very proud. I take pride in the fact that yoga comes from India. And so many people are turning towards it. And I've been able to kind of configure an app because we live in a digital age. So it's for all those people to be able to understand the, you know, the basics of yoga. If there is something that you are wanting to target, forget weight loss, and, you know, there's a 21-day, you know, toning program, just a maintenance program. And what we've done is that we've done functional, we've done yoga, we've kind of used it as an amalgam with nutrition, because nutrition is also a very important aspect of wellness. So if you ask me, as somebody who practices yoga and who is in the field of health and wellness, I would say it would be 30% any kind of workout regime, whether it be yoga, Pilates, even cardio for that matter, and 70% nutrition. So that's how important it is to realize and understand you are what you eat. So if you're just doing yoga and you're going to go and have a hamburger, it ain't going to work, my friend. So there has to be a balance. There has to be, it's like, you know, I read somewhere, if you're cooking something, you can't put 1 kilo of carrot, 1 kilo of salt, 1 kilo of carrot, 1 kilo, 1 liter of water and 1 kilo of rice in it and expect something great to happen. It's going to be too salty, right? It's the same with any kind of practice. There has to be a bit of nutrition. There has to be pranayama. And what is pranayama? It's silence. None of us know how to practice silence. None of us concentrate on our breathing, which is our life force, prana, that gives us life. So it's just to bring back attention to all these core principles is why I have decided on starting this app. We should be up and ready, Sadhviji, in the next 15 days. So yeah, it's called Simple, Soulful, and that's what life should really be. Just simple and soulful and uncomplicated. And I really wish that all of you have great health. And I really think it's a right that, it's an inalienable right that all of us must enjoy. And if it caters to this generation, which is, we are in the digital age, so it's obviously the way forward. And I've succumbed to it. But whether it be through a book or be through a lecture or be through an app, whatever is the course, as long as it reaches your mind, your body, your soul, that's all that really matters. So I'm really happy. Thank you so much, Sadhviji, for giving me the opportunity to be able to have this conversation with all you wonderful people. And thank you so much. I always feel so much at peace when I come here, and I feel your energy, and I feel like re-energized when I'm next to you. Thank you so, so much. Thank you all for being so patient. Thank you.
Thank you so much for what you've shared today, but also even more than that, of what you really embody as a celebrity in India, doing yoga, living connected to your soul, emphasizing vegetarianism, not to lose weight, not for a healthy waistline, but because it is the way to live in balance with this earth with which we are connected, the way to live in love and nonviolence with all of creation, the way to live connected to ourselves, which are one with all of that with whom we share this planet. And so it's one thing when people hear it from spiritual teachers in Rishikesh. It's quite another when people hear it from celebrities on movie sets in Mumbai. So thank you so, so much for really embodying all of those principles and all of those teachings and being such a great model for the people of India. Let's give her a very, very big round of applause. And before we go for lunch, in honor of Shivratri last night, we have the very, very special dance to Bhagwan Shiva. And then remember, of course, that Shilpa is giving her simple, soulful yoga with pranayama and asana at 2:45 in the back garden right under the Lord Shiva statue.
शिव की भक्ति में होके मगन, शिव और शक्ति को कर लो नमन। शिव की भक्ति में होके मगन, ओ शिव और शक्ति को कर लो नमन। खड़िया ये शुभ सौगात लाई, आई आई महाशिवरात आई, लो आई आई महाशिवरात आई। आई आई महाशिवरात आई, आई आई महाशिवरात आई। शिव की भक्ति में होके मगन, शिव और शक्ति को कर लो नमन। घड़िया ये शुभ सौगात लाई, लो आई आई महाशिवरात आई, हाँ आई आई महाशिवरात आई। आई आई महाशिवरात आई, आई आई महाशिवरात आई। बम बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले बम लहरी, बम बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले बम लहरी। निर्मल गंगा जल और दूध से भोले का अभिषेक करो। फूल बेल पत्र को करके अर्पण और चंदन का लेप करो। निर्मल गंगा जल और दूध से बाबा का अभिषेक करो। फूल बेल पत्र को करके अर्पण और चंदन का लेप करो। जो भी मन की मुरादें हैं शिव से मांग लो, वो सुन ली जाएगी फरियादें आज जान लो। होगी दया की बरसात भाई, लो आई आई महाशिवरात आई, हाँ आई आई महाशिवरात आई। आई आई महाशिवरात आई, आई आई महाशिवरात आई। बम बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले बम लहरी, बम बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले बम लहरी। शिवरात्रि की महिमा महात्म सारे जग से निराला है। व्रत निष्ठा विश्वास सहित फल वांछित देने वाला है। हाँ, शिवरात्रि की महिमा महात्म सारे जग से निराला है। व्रत निष्ठा विश्वास सहित फल वांछित देने वाला है। शिव शक्ति के मिलन से होती सृष्टि की रचना, जग में है कल्याणकारी इनकी आराधना। तीनों लोगों ने महिमा है गाई, ओ आई आई, ओ आई आई, आई आई महाशिवरात आई। आई आई महाशिवरात आई, आई आई महाशिवरात आई। बम बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले बम लहरी, बम बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले बम लहरी। जय हो। शिव की भक्ति में होके मगन, अरे शिव और शक्ति को कर लो नमन। हाँ, शिव की भक्ति में होके मगन, अरे शिव और शक्ति को कर लो नमन। ओ खड़िया ये
Thank you so much, Nityavali. Our beautiful dancers who've been offering workshops and also did this beautiful performance yesterday in Shivratri, and we get to share a little bit of the Shivratri celebrations with you this afternoon. It never quite ends. And then we have, before we leave, this year at the International Yoga Festival, we've been joined by the indigenous elders from all over South America and North America and different parts of the world. So they have a prayer that they will be ending today with, which is beautiful drumming and really powerful singing and prayer. So we would like you to have a little bit of that as well. And just a quick announcement that Dr. Vandana Shivaji, as you may have noticed already, unfortunately was not able to join us for the panel today and would not be able to join us today. But so that means that her afternoon class at 2 is canceled. So we look forward to having all of you join us for other classes that are happening at that time. And then at 2:45 in the garden for Shilpaji's class on simple, soulful yoga.
Desde Colombia
From Colombia,
traemos el canto del tigre y de la culebra.
we are bringing the chants of the tiger and the serpent.
En nuestro pueblo, Muisca, y en la Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta,
In our Muisca community and in the Sierra Nevada of Santa Marta,
usamos este canto para sacar la vanidad de nuestro corazón.
we use these chants to bring out, to remove the vanity of our heart, from our hearts.
Pujya hiye, Pujya hiye, yo Pujya hiye, Pujya hiye, yo Pujya hiye, Pujya hiye, yo Pujya hiye. Hey hey.